Hey guys, I hope this video will help to answer a question that I see a lot of male ostomates asking, and that is, what the heck do I wear with my ostomy? Now, while it may not be obvious, men do have a lot of options as far as things that we can do in order to get clothing to fit properly. Now, here are a few examples of some of the stuff that I use, and also a few that I haven't tried, but I know that other ostomates have found success with. Now, one product that can be extremely useful if your stoma is at or above your belt line are stoma guards. Now, they not only offer protection from your belt, but they can also protect from a seat belt, and they can allow you to tuck in your shirt without impeding your appliance in any way. One of my favorite accessories, the stealth belt, allows you to wear your pouch horizontally. Now, there are other styles available, but the one that I specifically like to focus on is the Stealth Belt Pro, because I think it's the most unique. Now, because the Stealth Belt Pro allows you to wear your pouch horizontally, it doesn't interfere at all with your belt line or with tucking in your shirt. One popular option among ostomates is the Ostomy Support Wrap, or maternity bands. Now, these tend to be a stretchy material, and they conform well to pretty much any body shape. They tend to be very inexpensive, and you can pretty much find them in most places that sell maternity wear, or you can order the specialty ostomy wraps from various suppliers. Now, the specialty wraps do come with pockets inside that you can put your pouch into. I tend to like those specific ostomy wraps because when I'm wearing a regular maternity wrap, I find that the bottom of the pouch, especially as it fills up, tends to poke down the bottom of it, and it kind of defeats the purpose of concealing the appliance. Now, if you're an ostomate that likes to wear your appliance over your clothes, pouch covers are a really nice way to give your pouch a little bit of style. Now, they do add a little bit of bulk, so if you're going to be wearing them underneath your clothes, you'll probably notice your appliance more than if you didn't have a pouch cover on. Now, if you're an ostomate that likes to wear transparent pouches, pouch covers really help to conceal the contents of your pouch from those around you. Now, high-waisted pants and undergarments are another option that we can use. Now, this really depends a lot on where your stoma is situated. If your stoma is too high, then you're either going to have pants that are riding way up on your torso, or it's just not going to be an option that's going to be comfortable for you. Now, if you have a stoma that is interfering with the way you wear your seatbelt, seatbelt covers are a nice option to have in your car. Now, the aim of a seatbelt cover is mainly to protect your stoma from your seatbelt, so you don't have to modify what you're wearing just to make your ride more comfortable. I find that these are super convenient to use, and they really do make the ride a lot more comfortable, but they're really only necessary if your stoma is right over your seatbelt line. Keep in mind that it's not necessary to wear a seatbelt cover if you've already got a stoma guard on, since your stoma is already protected from your seatbelt. Now, on to some clothing examples. Now, dressing casually is probably one of the easiest ways to dress with an ostomy. Since you don't have to worry so much about whether or not your shirt's tucked in or whether or not you're wearing nice pants, you can feel free to be as comfortable as you want, but still have a bit of style if you need to go out. Now, if I'm at home, I'll generally leave my pouch over my pants and let my shirt just cover it without any extra accessories. Now, I'll usually wear a pouch cover if I've got a transparent pouch on, but other than that, I don't really go to great lengths to try to cover anything up. Now, when I'm going out in casual clothes, I do either wear a wrap, or I'll put on a stealth belt, or sometimes even a stoma guard. Now, in this example, I'm wearing just a regular pair of jeans along with a basic t-shirt. Now, I've got my appliance over my jeans because I don't tend to tuck it in when I'm out and about in the house. But as you can see, I'm wearing a pouch cover, and I'm going to show you here what the stoma guard looks like and just how easy it is to put it on if you happen to use that kind of accessory. Now, you can see how the guard helps me to put my jeans on without having to pinch off my pouch, without having to worry about stool getting trapped above my belt line, which tends to happen if you don't have any kind of accessory like this. Now, if you live in a colder climate and you tend to wear heavier clothing, like sweaters and hoodies and things like that, you shouldn't have to worry so much about what your appliance looks like, because I generally find that they're better concealed under thick clothing. Now, if you're layering your clothing, it'll offer even more concealment. Now, as we get into semi-casual, semi-formal, and formal, we start to look at more of a need to tuck in our shirt, wear dressy pants, and have clothing that's not necessarily as comfortable as some of the casual options, but you can still make it work with an ostomy. And for this video here, I'm just giving you a demonstration of what dressy wear might look like if you're wearing an ostomy with a guard. So as you can see, my stoma is just above my belt line, and the guard is helping to allow me to get my pouch right underneath my pants the way I want it to. Now for some men, they may not want to wear belts, and suspenders are another great option for ostomates. Just keep in mind that when you're wearing suspenders, don't get pants that are too tight, or you'll kind of defeat the purpose of it. If your stoma is below your belt line, then you really shouldn't have any problem with tucking your shirt in when you're wearing any kind of dressy or semi-casual clothing. Now when it comes to intimacy, a lot of men are worried that their ostomy is going to interfere with getting close to their partner, or just interfere with the mechanics of having sex. But I'm here to tell you that you don't have to worry about those things. We do have many options available to us, and they tend to come in the form of either wraps or ostomy support bands, or even something like the stealth belt. Now I've got a few examples here of some of the things that I use personally, and I find that they really don't get in the way during sex. They keep things low profile. But they really make things more comfortable when you're getting close to your partner, and I think that's really the most important part. Now, if you're going to be swimming or you're heading off to the beach, you can always go with high-waisted swimming trunks if that's an option for you, depending on where your stoma is placed. But if that's not an option, don't be afraid to leave your pouch out, provided that you either have a pouch cover if you're wearing a transparent pouch, or go with something like a stealth belt or even an ostomy wrap if you still want to keep things concealed. Now, if you're a guy that's really into sports, or you work in a job that might put you in danger of having impacts to your stoma, then you do have other options available to you, primarily in the form of a hard stoma guard. Now, these guards can be used in essentially any kind of sport and can be worn underneath your equipment. Now, here are some bonus tips that I think you can apply all around when it comes to dressing with an ostomy. Now, the first tip that I would offer is to always make sure that you keep your pouch as empty as possible. As your pouch fills, it takes up more space, it becomes heavy, and it generally makes things more difficult when it comes to wearing clothes. If you have your pouch underneath your pants and it's really full, that's going to be uncomfortable. It's not going to allow you to bend properly. So try to make sure that you are emptying your pouch before it gets to about a third full. And that's especially important if you're wearing something like a wrap or a stoma guard that might already be lessening the capacity of your pouch. Now, I can't stress this next tip enough for any ostomate. Don't worry about what other people think. Chances are you are the only one that will notice your appliance. Most people aren't going around looking at other people's stomachs, specifically not looking for an ostomy appliance. And if they do, big deal. Just do your best to feel comfortable and look great wherever you are. One way to help conceal your pouch is to wear patterned shirts. Any kind of pattern will help to disguise any bumps or anything that your ostomy appliance might be creating, and it will really help to conceal your appliance. When buying pants, it's generally recommended that you go with one waist size larger than you normally would. I think that's especially important if you plan on wearing your appliance underneath your clothing, or if you'll be wearing something like a stoma guard to help accommodate any kind of expansion that may be required. It's always a good idea to keep an extra set of clothes, especially underwear and pants, with you if you're going to be traveling away from your home or leaving the house for an extended period of time. So I hope this video is giving you some options that you perhaps may not have known about when it comes to dressing with an ostomy. If you're a guy who's been putting off wearing certain clothes because of your ostomy, now's the time to stop doing that. I think we have more than enough options, accessories, and techniques to wear really whatever we want and to be comfortable whenever we can. I'd love to hear your feedback. If you like this video, if you have a comment, if you have a tip to share, please leave it in the comments below. And please subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thank you.